Towns along the mighty Mississippi are preparing for high water. The dollar down, these precious metals are climbing the charts and being energy and cost efficient at the same time. See you in 2 minutes. Tom and Huck's hometown prepares for high water.
Diamonds may be a girl's best friend, but this precious metal could become a poor man's gold.
And how you can be green and save some green. KOMU 8 News at 10 starts now.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 10.
Missouri lawmakers are still at odds on how to redraw congressional lines. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reek.
And I'm Marissa Hollowed. Senators and House members agreed to a conference committee. KOMU 8's Vanessa Mancow is live at the state capitol. So, Vanessa, there's still a long way to go before both sides can reach an agreement.
That's right, Jim and Marissa. It has been a back and forth debate again here tonight at the Capitol. The conference committee meeting was delayed earlier tonight because some of the senators showed up late, leaving some of the representatives waiting. That meeting only lasted a few minutes. Both sides exchanged their versions of the redistributing maps, and so that the other chambers could look it over. That meeting was supposed to convene, another meeting was supposed to convene an hour later. Then that meeting also got pushed back, and so a new meeting still hasn't started yet. So it's definitely been a waiting game here. A majority of the debate has been about the redistricting of surrounding areas in St. Louis County, which includes St. Charles County, Franklin County, and Jefferson County. Reporting live in Jefferson City, I'm Vanessa Mancow, KOMU 8 News.
Thank you, Vanessa. The Missouri Senate made progress today, updating the state's domestic violence law for the first time in nearly 40 years. Changes to the law will require harsher punishment for repeat domestic violence offenders. Those committing third-degree assaults more than twice would face stiffer penalties. The state prosecutor would also be able to consider previous violations to increase penalties. The Senate unanimously approved the domestic violence bill 33-0, and now we'll move to the House for debate.
Well, we've had a few periods of rain, and we're probably going to get a few periods more, but the threat of severe weather is almost non-existent at this point. Let's go ahead and zoom into live Doppler 8 First Alert radar. And again, we've had a couple of pretty strong heavy rain cells move across the Columbia, Jefferson City area. Still have a couple more out there in the areas delineated in red on western Cooper County. You're seeing some of that, and in the extreme northwestern corner of Howard County. Those will be moving through the Columbia, Jefferson City area within the next hour. Our forecast is calling for mostly cloudy, still a chance of rain and thunderstorms, and that's going to continue for the next few days. More on that in a few minutes on KOMU 8 News at 10.
Thank you for that, Dave.
Speaking of the weather, every Missouri town along the Mississippi River is now under a flood warning after lots of rain up north. KOMU 8's Garrett Bergquist tells us how one of Missouri's most historic towns is preparing.
John Hark says it's business as usual in downtown Hannibal.
That's the whole object of this flood wall and levee. It allows them to be open for business, and everything is business as usual in downtown Hannibal.
City officials closed the flood walls Wednesday morning. This seals the streets and sewer off from the river. Officials say if the water gets above 25 feet, they'll have to use sandbags, but they're hopeful that they won't need them. One resident says he isn't worried about the water rising.
I hear predictions that it's going to be worse than 93, but I don't believe that.
Hark doesn't expect any trouble, but he admits the river could change at any time.
The Mississippi River changes at its own pace.
Until the water recedes, Hark will check his gauges twice a day. Garrett Bergquist, KOMU 8 News, Hannibal.
The National Weather Service is predicting moderate flooding for Hannibal, Louisiana, and Clarksville.
Some school employees are afraid of losing their benefits. The North Callaway School Board is in the process of picking an outside source for its janitorial and maintenance employees and its bus drivers. KOMU 8's Olivia Wilmson went to tonight's school board meeting to find out what this means for those school workers. Olivia.
Hey there, Marissa. Well, there were two ladies at the meeting representing the North Callaway CTA Welfare Committee. These women say they and their coworkers are concerned about keeping their benefits with an outside source employer. They're especially worried about their retirement plans. The school board has not yet picked a company, but they have one they're leaning towards. I spoke with Superintendent Brian Thompson. He says the board is hoping an outside source will help cut down the school's budget for those employees.
If there's any of those, we can contract out to do that more efficiently. We want to specialize in education, and we know there's some companies out there that can specialize in transportation or food service.
I think different concerns about their benefits are the main concerns. And so far, they don't feel they have an answer.
The outside company the school board is leaning towards is called PTI. It already works with several other school districts in Missouri and plans to open an office in Columbia.
Thanks, Olivia. It's been nicknamed the fastest growing community in mid-Missouri. Today, Ashland celebrated its 4th annual Ashland Out Loud event. KOMU8's Megan Noe talked to residents about where the town is headed.
Brenda Austin has called Ashland home for close to 50 years, and in that time, she's seen changes.
I've seen the fire in '66 and how that got built back, the new schools that have been built, and new businesses that have come to town, so it's been a great change.
More change is on the horizon. This sign has become outdated, with population numbers reaching close to 3,700 in the past 10 years. With growth like that, it's no surprise that Ashland administrators are looking towards the next 10. At one Ashland Out Loud event, residents looked at plans for Main Street development and added ideas of their own.
I want it to be a progressive community, but not too large. A lot of assets for our children.
You meet them on the street, they wave.
Mayor Mike Jackson hopes the growth will continue.
I think we're going to really start attracting some businesses. The schools are a big attraction for why people move here. We're strategically located halfway between Jeff City and Columbia, so I expect that we will continue to be a draw.
So while Ashland residents remember the past, they're keeping an eye on the future. Megan Noe, KOMU8 News, Ashland.
And that celebration also included events at local businesses, restaurants, and schools.
With less than a week left of the Show Me Green sales tax holiday, one couple went appliance shopping today to take advantage of that deal. KOMU8's Erica Coghill shows us how they're saving money and energy.
And get an Energy Star machine like that.
Carrie and Ann Klein are looking for a new washer and dryer, but not just any set. They want Energy Star appliances so they can skip out on the state's sales tax.
4.44% savings on something. It sounds pretty good. So we thought if we're going to do a major appliance buy, this would be the time to do it.
A mother of 8, Ann Klein says they're not just saving money.
Saving money is always a good deal since we have a large family. Then that any way that we can save on energy plus then save money.
And during the Show Me Green sales tax holiday, any Energy Star appliance will be exempt from the state sales tax, like this refrigerator right here. And you can usually tell which appliance is an Energy Star one by just looking for an emblem that looks like this.
But what qualifies as an Energy Star product?
Well, it's going to depend on the product. Like a dishwasher needs to be not only energy efficient, but also use low water.
Gene Lovely says he's had a lot of business since the holiday started on Tuesday. He says the Energy Star products will save you money in the long run on bills, and they're just a couple $100 more than traditional appliances that aren't energy efficient. Erica Coghill, KOMU8 News, Columbia.
The tax holiday runs through Monday.
Police tape blocked Columbia employees from getting to work during this morning's commute. A custodian at the Boone County Courthouse found a letter just inside the door. Authorities called in the Mid-Missouri Bomb Squad to handle the suspicious item. A robot didn't find anything dangerous inside the letter. Authorities tell KOMU the letter was addressed to a circuit judge. They say the sender was involved in a case the judge was hearing.
What the president is doing to make sure the oil industry is staying honest.
So why silver may be the new gold.
Welcome back. It's another look at our live Doppler 8 First Alert 8-day forecast. Don't let the icons scare you. It simply means there's a chance for showers and thunderstorms for the next 5 days.
Coming up on KOMU8 News tomorrow morning, the suspect that sent Mid-Missouri on a countywide manhunt after a triple homicide will be in court tomorrow.
Joshua Maley will have a preliminary hearing tomorrow in Callaway County at 1:30. We'll have the latest in his murder trial.
You can always go to KOMU.com 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and sports.
Good night.